Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to a Tuesday edition of the Mark Moses Show podcast. As always, broadcasting from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. This is key. I say it all the time. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Now, I want to start here on a Tuesday with this. It's more of a warning than a statement. It's a warning. If you live here in the great state of Florida, like I do, and especially if you're an I-95er, like I am, you know this. You are surrounded by half people that are originally from Florida, and the other half are transplants. And I'd say about 90% of those transplants who live up and down 95 here on the coast are originally from New York. If it's New York State, if it's New York City, if it's even the New Jersey area, they are here. They could be here for 3 months, 3 years, the last 30 years. They're here. And they're going to tell you over the next 2 weeks or so that not only are they from New York, but they root for the New York Knicks. They haven't said it over the last couple of months, maybe the last couple of weeks, but after what happened last night, where the New York Knicks destroyed the Cleveland Cavaliers on Memorial Day night on national TV. Destroyed them. What was it, 37 points with the win? Destroyed them. Every single New Yorker you know here in Florida is going to tell you that they love the Knicks. They've always loved the Knicks, and they're going to be rooting for the Knicks in the NBA Finals. For the first time since 1999, they're coming out of the woodwork. You know, there's that meme you see on Twitter where it's the Undertaker, you know, the casket opens and then he pops up. He's back from the dead. That's what it's going to be like for the next couple weeks around here in Florida. I don't even know what's going to happen in New York City. But right now here in Florida, all the Knicks fans already, they're going to break out their Patrick Ewing or their John Starks 90s Knicks jersey, and they're going to be cheering on this team. That's right. Now, look, they swept the Cavaliers. Tonight is Game 5 in OKC between the Thunder and the Spurs. So that's at 2 games apiece. They're probably going to play for another 2 or 3 games. The Knicks are going to have a week and a half off to sit around and just think how great they are and that they can win the NBA championship. And that includes their fans. They're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I went to college. Insufferable. That's what they're going to be like. I'm from New York, and the Knicks are good again. That's right. It's finally happened. I was driving into work, and I'm like flipping the dial at different sports radio stations, and every caller today is, you know, I've been rooting for the Knicks since 1973. I was born in 1996. Nonstop. You know who's the big winner in all of this? Jackson Dart, who last week introed the president, President Trump. And there's this big controversy. Should he have done that? Should he not have done that? Doesn't matter. No one remembers because now the Knicks are the story. So if you're Jackson Dart, for better or worse, you should send the gift basket to Madison Square Garden. Thank you for getting me out of the headlines because now it's all about the Knicks. That's right. I remember, hey, I was born in 1982. I was in between. It was the summer of junior and senior year of high school. I spent the summer with my sister in Austin, Texas. She was a student at the University of Texas. And we watched that NBA Finals, Knicks and Spurs, where the Spurs won, I think, in 5 games. I think that's what happened. Tim Duncan was Finals MVP. I love that Knicks team. They were an 8th seed. Remember, they lose Patrick Ewing. They go on this Cinderella run, and I can name off that team where you had Allen Houston, Chris Childs, Larry Johnson, Marcus Camby. I can keep going if you want. Love that team. But they got stomped by the Spurs. That's the last time they were in the NBA Finals. The last time the Knicks actually had a legit team, 22 years ago, where they lose the Game 7 of the NBA Finals to the Houston Rockets. That was a great team. Great team. Where Patrick Ewing and John Starks, I just a great team. Anthony Mason, they were great, but they choked it away. That was also the OJ NBA Finals, where they're playing one of the games, Rockets and the Knicks, and then the OJ Bronco thing happened. Oh, it's been a minute. It has been a minute. But this Knicks team, they've won 11 in a row. They swept the semifinals and the conference finals. They beat Atlanta, they beat Philadelphia, and now they beat the Cavaliers. They've won 11 in a row. 11 in a row. They are 12-2 in the playoffs so far. They are steamrolling people. They were down 2-1 to Atlanta and then went crazy, winning 11 in a row. You know the stats. I know the stats. They are clicking right now. And before, like, if they would have won against Cleveland in like 6 games, 4-2, and they get to the NBA Finals, people are like, hey, this is a great story, but, you know, OKC or San Antonio is probably going to be the favorite, and they'll probably steamroll the Knicks. Oh, no. I hope you get ready for this, because everyone's going to be hyping the Knicks. Not only are they in the finals, and it's a great story, now in people's minds, they can win the NBA Finals. That's on the table now. We could go win this thing. And look, I cover all levels of basketball, high school, college, NBA. You hear me talk about it all the time. This team is hot at the right time. Take advantage of the opportunities that are presented in front of you. That's what the Knicks are doing. They are kicking some ass out there. And congratulations, Jalen Brunson. Love that guy. He is the conference finals MVP, the Larry Bird Trophy. A guy that no one wanted. Remember, Dallas said, you can leave. We don't need you. We got Luka. And all these different teams looked at him, and only the Knicks, because his dad was part of the organization, said, all right, we're going to take a flyer on you. They're not giving him the mega deal, but we want you to be our new starting point guard. And I think he has blown away expectations. And by the way, a lot of people, even in the New York media, panned that move, saying this is not going to work. Well, it's worked and then some. They traded for Cat. They traded for Bridges. It's funny, look at this roster. Not a lot of guys that they actually drafted and developed, but they are clicking at the right time. So if you're living here in Florida, I'm just giving you the warning. It is going to be nonstop. People from New York are, number one, they always do this. I'm from New York. And number two, I'm a Knicks fan. Let's go. Man, I'll tell you, if you're in New York City during those finals games coming up in June, you could rob a bank because no one's going to be paying attention. Everyone's going to be glued to their TV or going to a watch party, or if they have $10 billion, they're going to be sitting there by Timothy Chalamet and Ben Stiller. That's what's going to happen. And Spike Lee, it's going to be bananas nuts. And if you're the NBA, you love this. Love it. Thumbs up. Because it's not Indiana, and it's not Cleveland, or it's not, I'm sorry to say this, Orlando. It's number one TV market. It's the Knicks. Can't wait if you're a Knicks fan. It's going to be fun. It is. Here's my only thing. After hyping up the Knicks for 8 straight minutes, they have gotten lucky here where, again, Atlanta, Philly, and now Cleveland, they didn't take on a mega superstar. They didn't. There was no Michael Jordan in their way. There was no LeBron James. There was no Giannis. There's none of these types of player in the Eastern Conference. No Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. They got lucky. Give credit to the Knicks. They got it done, but no one was in their way. And if you're a Knicks fan since the last 30 years or so, yeah, LeBron, Jordan, they have broken your heart. There have been great Knicks teams in years past, and they couldn't get out of the Eastern Conference. Again, haven't been to the NBA Finals since 1999. That's a lot of heartbreak and a lot of dysfunction and a lot of losing for that culture. But now they broke through. They have not had to take on a mega superstar. But when they get to the NBA Finals, if it's OKC or if it's San Antonio, they're going to take on a mega superstar. SGA, the 2-time now MVP of the NBA, will be waiting for them. And all of his flopping and him dropping 35 points a game and all that firepower he has around him. Or it could be the alien, Victor Wembanyama, 7'5" man who could take over any game on any court on any planet. He'll be waiting for them. Pick your poison. The Knicks have been a great run. They're going to take on a mega superstar. It will not be easy in the NBA Finals. But the difference the difference? The Knicks are legit. They're playing as the best team in the NBA right now. And I think the team, the organization, and the fan base believes that they can go win an NBA championship for the first time in about, 50 years or so. This is going to be fun. Fun. And I'll end with this. The Knicks, they have offense, they have defense, they have teammates that want to play together. They have a coaching staff that's letting their players flourish. Everything is clicking. 11 wins in a row. They're going to sit and they're going to wait. They're going to see who's going to win in the Western Conference. I said a week ago when this started, I said the Knicks are going to beat up the Cavaliers. And I said OKC is going to survive San Antonio. I'm 50% right. We're going to find out. It's a big game tonight. I think the Thunder are going to get it done. I think we're going 7 games, though, and we're going to find out in Game 7 in a couple days. And the Knicks are going to have to watch it. They are. And one more, if you're the Cleveland, they never survived the Game 1 collapse there at MSG. Up 22 points, 7.5 minutes ago. They choked it away. And they never survived. They never came back from that. They didn't. They never came back. And now the offseason, they're going to have to think about it for 12 straight months. I made the joke to my buddy Tim, LeBron should sign there. One last hurrah, one more season, end it in Cleveland, and try to help that team get to the NBA Finals. We'll find out. Oh, and Orlando still has not hired a coach yet. Game 5 tonight, OKC. Have a great day. The Knicks are back. And all your teammates, all your friends, all your neighbors are going to tell you about it. Have a great day.